that is a look, you guys. How cute is that? I think I have a black eye. This is like the epitome of like unblended. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I kind of have a fun, different video for you guys. I normally do not like to do a ton of challenge style videos, but this one intrigued me. The look that you see right now in front of you, I created using only these Juno Co microfiber sponges. I saw that they were doing a challenge where they wanted to see content creators, Instagrammers, people creating full looks using just these sponges. I cannot stop using them. As you can see, I have 3 of them sitting right in front of me. I've actually ordered more of them. I have more on the way. I am a huge fan. So when I heard about this challenge from Juno Co, I was like, yeah, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. No. So if you want to watch me recreate this look right here using only Juno Co sponges, then keep watching. All right, to start off, I'm going to be using my CoverGirl True Blend Foundation. This is the matte formula in the shade M10. Again, I just recently did a review on this foundation and I am obsessed. If you guys are not familiar with these sponges, they will give you the most amazing velvety coverage ever. It doesn't absorb a lot of the product. They just give your skin this beautiful finish, and product just works so beautifully with these sponges. I absolutely love them, and I absolutely love them even more when it comes to dry products, but we'll get into that in just a second. So obviously for cream products, I'm using the sponge damp. Again, what I love about this sponge is that it actually, I feel like, is pressing product into my skin instead of absorbing all of it and just making the product like it's sitting on top. Now they have several different shapes of these sponges. They have like this teardrop where it kind of has that flat edge to it, and then the flat bottom, which is what I'm using right now. And then they have one that has like this flat top, slanted side, and then is round on the bottom. And I think they just released a ton new shapes as well. You guys, please excuse my nails because they are horrific right now. I just painted them last night and already it's starting to come off. I'm just gonna take the excess product on the back of my hand here, pick that up onto the sponge, and just use that around the nose where I'm a little bit more red and where I need a little bit more coverage. All right, let's go ahead and move on to concealer. I'm using my CoverGirl CG Smoothers Concealer in the shade Light. This concealer is seriously so good. Cannot stop using it. It is the best. If you have a light to medium golden undertone skin tone, this concealer is the best. All right, so I'm gonna use another clean sponge and just use this damp to press that concealer on my under eyes. I'm gonna bring that to the top of the lid as well, because obviously I like to prime my lids with concealer. One thing I love about this sponge as well, I don't feel like it shears out your coverage too much. Or sometimes with beauty blenders or beauty sponges or different types of beauty sponges, it feels like the product is being super sheared out, and this doesn't give me that. I'm gonna do just a little bit on my lids here. Just make sure they are sufficiently covered. All right, you guys, to set the face, I'm gonna use my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. This is in the shade 004 Sandstorm. I'm gonna take this sponge right here dry, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up some of this product right to the sponge. This is how I've been obsessed with setting my makeup as of recently, because again, I feel like it presses it into the skin, giving you a very poreless finish. And it's perfect for setting the under eyes as well. My skin is usually so dry, and when I can find matte products that actually set my skin and look beautiful without looking cakey, is like a breath of fresh air. Sometimes I like to have my skin looking a little bit on the mattified side, and then I like to bring back that healthy glow by using some setting spray. Again, it's so crazy how these sponges work so well, wet and dry. All right, so now it is time to bronze. I'm gonna take the rounded butt of this sponge here that I just used to set my face. I'm gonna pick up some of this CoverGirl True Blend Bronzer as such. Now, I'm a little bit nervous for this because this is actually something I have not tried yet with this sponge, so we'll see how it works. I'm gonna go with a light hand, just gently pat the product product on the skin and kind of contour with it. Okay, so that's actually working quite well. Now I'm just gonna keep using that other clean side, kind of press it in and blend it out and add more product when I need to. So I'm actually a little bit shocked at how well this is actually working. You have a lot more control with it than you think. It's like nice and like airbrush. There's no like heavy streaking. It's just working quite nice. Carve out this area because I feel like that's where I'm carrying a little bit of the extra winter weight these days. Do we dare contour it on the nose? Let's do it. On this kind of slanted edge, I'm gonna pick up just a bit of this bronzer, just a little bit. We're gonna see if we can contour the nose with this. All right, so that again worked quite well. I just contoured my nose with powder with a sponge. Amazing. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of blush. I'm gonna take my Essence Satin Touch blush. This is in the shade Satin Love. Again, I'm gonna take that same sponge on the bottom rounded side, pick up a little bit of that product, just start going to town right on the apples of my cheeks. Now this blush is pretty pigmented, so I have to be a little bit careful. I don't wanna use too much. Okay, again, surprisingly that worked really, really well. All right, now we're moving on to the fun part, the part that I'm super excited about. We are going to highlight with this sponge. I'm going to dip into the BECCA Royal Glow Highlighter. And we are gonna take that flat edge right here on this sponge, dip into this. So this is just like a smaller area. I'm just gonna kind of like stamp that on the high points of the cheek. Aha, all right, that's not bad. Although I don't feel like it's working as well as it would if I used a brush. Let's try a damp sponge for this. I'm gonna take one of my dampened sponges, pick up some of that highlight, and press that in. Oh yeah, much better. So that works better with more of a dampened sponge. I think it just brings out that highlight just a little bit more. This highlight shade is very close to the shade of my skin, so it just kind of gives me that glow from within that I really enjoy. Tip of the nose. So as you can see, it's working on the Cupid's bow. Beautiful, love it. Just do a little bit right above the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face down with some setting spray. This is the Is Clinical Copy Firming Mist. This is something I like to do when I'm using a lot of powder products just to kind of seal everything in. All right, you guys, so now we're moving on to the very fun and interesting part. We are going to apply some shadow with these sponges. I have a couple of shadow palettes here from Juno Co. I have the Hollywood Iconic Beauty, the Peach Dream palette from Prism Makeup, and then the Summer Nights palette, Mad Love by Juno Co. I think I might actually want to go a little bit more fun. I want to make this a little bit more challenging. So I'm gonna dip into this Hollywood palette. I haven't had a chance to try it yet. This one looks like a dupe for the Rose Gold palette from Huda Beauty. So I think this one looks fun. So again, I'm gonna go in with my sponge and I think I'm gonna start off, actually, I want a little bit more of a base shade. I'm gonna dip into the Peach Dream palette first, and I'm gonna pick up this shade right here, Angel, and I'm gonna start with that all over the eye. Just get a good base down. Whew, that is pigmented. I don't need a lot. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna try to do some crease work here. So I'm gonna start off with this shade again in the Hollywood Iconic Beauty palette. I'm gonna pick up this shade right here, Dolby. How much pigment that's picking up. Okay. This is gonna be crazy. Let's try this. I am so nervous, you guys. I'm going bold. I'm hoping that this will blend out. I'm kind of pinching it so that I get like a precise application. Okay, this might be a bit of a mistake. Maybe not. Like I said, I was gonna go bold. I'm not gonna make this easy. Take the clean end of this sponge and try to blend this out. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse than I thought. This is actually, okay, this is really challenging to do. I should have maybe picked something a little bit simpler, but you know what? This is a challenge, right? I am going to make this look good. It is my mission. Just went in a little bit heavy. I just need to not go in as heavy next time. Okay, I get more on this eye. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and deepen out the corners a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go back in with the shade Dolby again, just to kind of build up that outer corner using the tip, the very tip of my sponge. Just gonna press that right there on the outer V of the eye. Just stamp that in. These shadows are nice, by the way. This is the first impressions. This is my first time trying this palette, and they're really pigmented. All right, so here comes the fun part. Let's get some metallics on the lid. I think I'm gonna start off with this shade right here, well, let's do this one, Hollywood Sign. Again, using the tip of my sponge. So now I'm getting a little bit of fallout. This would actually be a really pretty eye look if I was allowed to use some brushes. This is interesting though. Using only one tool for your entire makeup look, it makes you really thankful for having other things like brushes to use. So I think on the lower lash line, I'm gonna take Chinese Theater right here and use that on the lower lash line. Oh God, wish me luck. This is gonna be difficult. It feels like it's like a dog walking on its hind legs. You're like, what do I do? Where do I start? Okay, let's try this. So that happened. Oh my God. I don't really see how this part is possible. I probably could have skipped this. That is a look, you guys. How cute is that? I think I have a black eye. This is like the epitome of like unblended. Okay, we need to try to salvage this because I have to go out somewhere later. I'm gonna have to blend this out with my fingers a little bit. Good news is my under eyes feel nice and smooth from that concealer. All right, so my fingers saved that. This is still kind of a tragedy, but it could be totally worse. All right, so I was actually gonna go ahead and try to do my brows with this, but that is not going to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead, pop on some brows, pop on these lashes that I got actually from Juno Co as well that look absolutely stunning, and then I will be right back. All right, so there you guys have it. This is the final look using 99% mostly the Juno sponge only to create this look. Obviously, I did not apply my mascara or my lashes using this sponge, and I did not apply my brows using the sponge, but everything else, you guys, you saw that I used the Juno Co Microfiber Sponge to create this look. I think what I'm most blown away with is how well this works for liquid and powder face products. You can apply bronzer, blush, highlight, foundation. You can do that entire thing using just those sponges. In fact, one of my favorite ways to use them, bar none, is with powder. I feel like they just make your powder go on so effortlessly, so airbrushed, so blended looking. It looks so good, and it looks like it's actually like sunken into your skin, that it's not sitting on top. It doesn't look harsh or artificial. It just gives you this beautiful natural look. I was shocked that I could even contour my nose with this sponge, but the eye look is actually shocking me a bit. I did have to use my finger to blend out the bottom, but this turned out a lot better than I thought it would. These lashes separately, aside from the sponge, these are beautiful lashes. They're really nice and they were super easy to apply and they're not too crazy. But yeah, this eyeshadow too is absolutely gorgeous. So I can't wait to dip more into this palette using brushes so I can actually do it properly. But man, if you were in a pinch and all you had was this sponge, you could very easily create some extremely beautiful makeup looks. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this. If you are a YouTuber, I challenge you as well. If you're a content creator, or even if you don't make videos, I challenge you to try this as well. It's really interesting to see what it's like to use one tool, and it really definitely makes you appreciate especially eyeshadow brushes. So don't take them for granted. Let me know what you think about this look that I created, and yeah, let me know if you're interested in trying this sponge now that you've seen me use this. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a huge thumbs up and be sure to subscribe and hit that bell button before you go. I love you so much and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.